everyone. I am Aina Kudemo Adesisu from Faculty of Law, Redeemers University. In our last video on sexual harassment, we talked about the vulnerability to sexual harassment, whether sexual harassment is welcome or unwelcome to the recipient as assumed or presumed by the society. And then we talk about the signals that you should look out for when talking about sexual harassment, then the coping strategies, finally, as well as the preventive measures. In this video, we'll be considering the motive for harassing people. We'll consider the distinction between sexual harassment and gender harassment. Then we will talk about relationship in the office. Then finally, we'll end it with mutual consent and sexual harassment, the differences between both. So let's proceed with motive. What are the motives for harassing people in the office settings? That varies according to individual perspective, or varies according to the types or nature of harassment. First, sexual lust. 2, financial benefits. You need something from the person, and you know when the person is subjected to you, you can easily get that by asking for money. Then 3, employment benefits. Underemployment, discrimination on the basis of sex. Some people cannot stand whether male or female being on the same level with them. Like the male, they don't want the female to be on the same level with them. And the female, they don't want the male to be on the same level. So on that note, when they find themselves in the position of authority, they try to subject or subdue the opposite sex in order to boost their social status. Power structure. Some people, they feel that when they are powerful, they have the power to maltreat people. Another point is humiliation, as well as lack of self-control. Some people, they cannot control themselves. And to protect their social status. Then, some people, due to low self-esteem, insecurity, economic benefits, gains, and so on and so forth. So, we will proceed to the distinction between sexual harassment and gender harassment. What is the distinction between both? Sexual harassment, as we have earlier said, is an unwelcome, unsolicited, unwanted advances, sexual advances that create fears, that diminish, that frustrate, that derogate the dignity of the recipient. Gender harassment can be regarded as a social behavior that tends to create fear, frustrate, troubles, persecute, or diminish the dignity of the person. For example, gender harassment could be sexual and not sexual. Sexual in the sense that when it applies to same-sex relationship, and if it is unsexual, it becomes maybe on the basis of gender identity. You don't just like the person because the person is an opposite sex. Then we'll proceed to relationship in the office. Relationship in the office should be a kind of relationship that will be zero tolerance to all forms of harassment, whether sexual harassment, whether gender harassment, or mixed harassment. But however, when it becomes a kind of harassment that is mixed with all those harassment you have mentioned that is unhealthy, it becomes an unhealthy relationship. Then the healthy relationship could be classified when you have a relationship in the office and that leads to marriage, or that is void of all forms of harassment, that involves consent of both parties, mutual consent. It is healthy relationship. So unhealthy relationship is what we classify as harassment in the workplace. So for example, we will consider from the platform of the unhealthy relationship that is based on frustration, on humiliation, that is unwanted, unwelcome, unsolicited by the recipient. It is regarded as unhealthy relationship. Like using vulgar language for people, calling people names, useless set of girls, bitch, and so on and so forth. They are all regarded as unhealthy relationship in your using such words against the person. So the thin line is both are classified under the harassment in the workplace. The harassment that shouldn't be tolerated by anyone in the workplace, that shouldn't be allowed and permitted in an office setting. But however, it is different from sexual harassment. The thin line is one has to do with sexual and the other one is sexual and unsexual. That is that about gender harassment and sexual harassment. What is the difference between the two? Sexual harassment, I've defined it earlier. So it's just that you don't consent to it. What a mutual relationship is an agreement between two persons to enter into a relationship, that you are interested in the relationship. That means it is not unwanted, it is not unsolicited, it is not unwelcome. It is welcome to you. you have agreed to it to date the person. But there is a thin line between mutual consent and sexual harassment. When mutual consent is now based on fear, like a relationship between supervisor and a student, final year student, or relationship between a first year Jambite and professor, relationship between SAN and an intern or copper, legal intern or copper or attached student. It can't be regarded as mutual consent but sexual harassment. Most of those relationships, they're not only unhealthy, they are not based on mutual consent. Especially when those people are married. If they are married, you can say maybe they both consenting to it. In most cases, they lack consent. So we thank you for your audience. In our next video, we will be considering the remedies that accrues to a victim or survivor of sexual harassment, the laws, national and international laws that deals with sexual harassment, and we will discuss majorly on harassment of male in the office. So thank you so much for your audience. We appreciate you. Please subscribe, like, and share our videos. I remain Adetutu Ainok Pelemo from Faculty of Law, Redeemers University. Thank you. See you in our next video.